Hey guys, I'm Richard Oldner. Welcome to the channel. Today it's all about big block power. We're talking about 1,000 horsepower. We got 3 different combinations, actually 4. We've got nitrous, we got a blower, and we've got twin turbos. Okay guys, our first 1,000 horsepower combination is a stroker motor plus nitrous. Good combination. We make a lot of power NA and then add a little bit of nitrous to it or add a little bit more nitrous to it. So this was a 565-inch stroker motor. It had a Merlin 3 block as a starting point. And then we had a Linati stroker crank, CP rods and pistons. And we ran this thing with a set of Airflow Research cylinder heads, some 357, so plenty of head flow. This was only about 10.5 to 1 compression. We had a pretty good sized camshaft in it, so I'll go ahead and put the specs. It was a solid roller, so it was going to make good NA power. And what we did was run it first with a single 4-barrel, a Holley Super Victor intake manifold, and a Holley 1150 Dominator carburetor, our 2¼ inch dyno headers. So with a single 4-barrel, this combination did well. We ultimately ran this with a tunnel ram, a Wilson ported Dart tunnel ram, and 2 1050s, and it made even more power than this. It was in the 930 or so range, but with a single 4-barrel combination, our big block produced 877.6 horsepower. And 705 foot-pounds of torque. And here's what happened. What we did was we added a simple plate nitrous system to it. And boom, we are up over 1,000 horsepower pretty handily. In fact, the peak power checked in at 1,082 and peak torque at the spike there, 891 foot-pounds of torque. And this was a... Yeah, we even had a spacer on it. This was a NOS plate, I think, with a 70 nitrous jet and a 48 gas jet. And we had retarded the timing by 8 degrees. We didn't stop there, though, because we had a 200 shot or so, or that 70 jet. We just added more jetting to it. And here's what happened when we added... about another 50 horsepower or so, 1126, and peak torque checked in at 902 foot-pounds of torque. So there you go. Real easy. All you have to do is build a stroker, add nitrous to it. Obviously, you can offset this too, build a little bit less power NA and a little bit more power with the nitrous, because on a combination making over 800 horsepower, you can add way more nitrous than this, but fairly easy combo. Let's get to our next combination. For our second combination, we actually stepped down in displacement from the 565-inch motor that we ran previously down to a 496, which is kind of a normal combination with a production block. And we ran a Gen 5 block and stuffed in a 4.25-inch stroker crank. That came from the, and then it had a Ford Scat crank, and then we had CP and Carrillo bullet rods and pistons in it. And as I mentioned, a Gen 5 block. We had a Comp BR300 solid roller cam, so I'll go ahead and put the specs up here. Very common cam that I use a lot. A set of 173 roller rockers. This one had a set of Pro Max CNC heads. These are actually 340s. It had a Mylodon oil pan and stuff. We ran it with an Edelbrock Super Victor and a Holley 1050 Dominator carburetor, and it ran best at about 38 degrees of timing, and we had 8399 jets in it on the primary and secondary if you guys are interested in that. Here's what happened when we ran the 496 naturally aspirated. It produced 677 horsepower and peak torque checked in at 591 foot-pounds of torque. In order to push this combination up beyond the 1,000 horsepower mark, all we had to do was add a centrifugal supercharger. In this case, we added a Procharger, and you can see not only did we exceed 1,000 horsepower, we actually exceeded 1,100 horsepower. So this was a Procharger F1A 94 supercharger. That supercharger worked very well. I've used it on a number of combinations. We ran it with a 4.5-inch blower pulley, and the crank pulley measured somewhere between 7 3/4 and 8 inches. We had an air-to-water intercooler. We were blowing through the CSU blow-through carburetor. And this produced a peak of 11.2 pounds, started out at 3.8 pounds down here near 3,500 RPM, and rose up to a peak of 11.2. This combination obviously worked very well. You can see that the power was still rising at our shutoff point at 6,500 RPM. The blower had a little bit more power to go, so we could have we might have driven this thing up nearer 1200 or even past 1200 because we've made more than 1200 with this particular supercharger. But for a 1000 horsepower combination, that supercharger, very easy to do. We've done it on a lot of combinations. 496 plus boost from an F1A94 supercharger, good combination. Obviously, another easy way to make 1000 horsepower with your big block Chevy is simply to add boost from a pair of turbos. In this case, it was a pair of eBay cheap GT45 turbos run on what started out as a JUNKYARD Gen 6 454. So our combination was basically a stock bottom end 454 with ring gap. To that, we added heads, cam, and intake, and our combination consisted of a set of ported oval port 275 Dart Pro 1 heads and an Edelbrock Victor Jr. setup from Edelbrock that was designed for port injection. We had a 1000 CFM 4-hole throttle body, 80-pound injectors, and we had a custom camshaft done for this. It was a comp cam 561 lift, 233, 239 degree duration, 118 degree lobe separation angle. We also had 1/6 roller rockers on this. And when we ran this NA, we had our dyno headers on it. So run naturally aspirated and obviously an MSD distributor. This thing ran best at 34 degrees of total timing. Run NA, our combination produced 509 horsepower and 497 foot-pounds of torque. Pretty easy to do with a big block 454. And here's what happened when we added boost from our combination. As I said, we installed twin GT45 turbos. Both of these were from DNA. We had an air-to-water intercooler, and we were blowing into our 4-hole throttle body. We had the TurboSmart, dual TurboSmart 45mm wastegates and their blow-off valve, their race port blow-off valve. And this was run at 8.8 pounds, where the combination produced 786 horsepower, 782 horsepower, and 786 foot-pounds. See, it's making a little bit more torque than horsepower. And here's what happened. To get up to 1000 horsepower, all we had to do basically was turn the boost up. Here is 12.5 pounds. We're making 885 horsepower, 895 foot-pounds. And then 4 more pounds brought us over the 1000 horsepower mark to 1039. Peak torque checked in at 1028. Now you could continue to go up in power with this combination. These turbos would certainly support somewhere in the 14 to 1500 horsepower range, probably with these two turbos on this combination. But easy 1000 horsepower, just add boost. I decided to include one final combination, basically the easy button for exceeding 1000 horsepower with a big block Chevy. And basically this is just to order up a crate motor and then add boost to that. So we ran a 540 cubic inch big block Chevy from the guys at Blueprint Engine, and this is their power adder 540. So it's a combination that's actually designed with power adders in mind. So you could add nitrous to it or blowers, or in our case turbos. Actually, we added all of those to this particular combination and it worked very well. 540 cubic inch motor. It had their own Blueprint block. It had forged internals. It had a Blueprint as cast aluminum heads. It had a camshaft very similar to the BR300 camshaft from Comp Cams. So I'll go ahead and put those specs up. We ran it with a single plane intake manifold and a YN Team G. We ran it with a 950 XP carburetor. When we ran this thing naturally aspirated, and our 540 inch motor was low compression, so it produced 649 horsepower, and peak torque checked in at 629 foot-pounds of torque. And all we needed to do to easily exceed 1000 horsepower was we added 2 turbos to it, and only ran 10 pounds of boost. This combination, in fact, it was on its way to go to 1100 horsepower, but it produced 100,082. And peak torque checked in at over 1000 foot-pounds of torque. And again, 10.2 pounds of boost. Our turbos were a pair of S475s that we had run on a number of combinations. enough turbo to support over 2,000 horsepower fairly easily. We ran a CX Racing, a dual in, single out, dual core air to water intercooler. And we obviously, as always, brought the plug gap down to about 19 or 20 thousandths, and we had a cold heat range and 9 plug. Worked pretty good. We ran about 28 degrees of timing on this, and we did it with a blow-through CSU carburetor. It all worked out very well. Very simple. Get a power adder motor from the guys at Blueprint Engines. Add 2 turbos. You can do eBay turbos. You can do the Borgs like we did. Summit Racing has got a bunch of stuff. Fairly easy combo. Let's get to our conclusion. Okay, guys, what did we learn from this little adventure running 1,000 horsepower big block Chevy combos? Well, we learned the following thing. It's pretty easy to make 1,000 horsepower when you're starting with something that displaces a minimum of 454 cubic inches. Now, we had some that were displacing 565 cubic inches, and all we had to do was add, boom, a little nitro shot to it, and then a little more nitro shot to it. Obviously, adding boost, always an option. The Procharger easily exceeded 1,000 horsepower. In fact, it exceeded 1,100 horsepower. And on our turbo combinations, all we had to do was run about 15 or 16 pounds on our modified 496, or even less boost on our 540 cubic inch motor. And what I didn't show you is we ran more boost on both of those combinations, and they both made way more power. It's that easy. Build a good combination, add some boost or add some nitrous, and away you go. Armature holder, make sure to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff. Big block Chevy power for everyone.